and gentlemen, today the top brass of the Indian National Congress got into a huddle at the Sadakat Ashram in Patna, a venue deeply rooted in the history of war for independence. The last time the Congress Working Committee met in Bihar was way back in 1940, 85 years ago. That session was a watershed in India's freedom struggle as it formally committed the party to the creation of a constituent assembly to draft the nation's constitution. Fast forward 85 years and today, Congress leaders frame this gathering as a second freedom struggle. Listen in.
भारत और बिहार के मुद्दों पर बिहार की भूमि से बिहार के क्रांतिकारी जनता के साथ मिलकर आजादी की दूसरी लड़ाई लड़ने का कांग्रेस पार्टी और इंडिया गठबंधन तैयारी कर रहे हैं। इसीलिए कांग्रेस वर्किंग कमेटी की मीटिंग पटना में हो रही है, बिहार में हो रही है।
गांधी के महात्मा बनने का सफर शुरू किया। इसी सदाकत आश्रम से राजेंद्र बाबू की स्मृतियां जुड़ी हुई हैं और इसी बिहार ने जननायक राहुल गांधी के हाथ में फिर से इस देश के लोकतंत्र को जन जागृत करने का बीड़ा सौंपा जब उन्होंने वोटर अधिकार यात्रा निकाली।
The word Sadakat, ladies and gentlemen, in Urdu actually means honesty and integrity. And as the Congress vows to amplify vote chori narrative, the man they put in the same category as Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Rajendra Prasad is strategizing to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system. Speaking to a foreign publication, leader of opposition alleged that India's democracy is under siege due to a systemic vote rigging orchestrated by the BJP. Congress member of parliament, according to the publication, has admitted that his strategy is to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system by building public pressure. He called it the game. Please note, he called it, Mr. Rahul Gandhi called it the game of mass mobilization. Prima facie, this may seem benign. After all, any responsible opposition would and should work to strengthen democratic processes and use mass mobilization. However, a closer examination reveals the real toolkit. It is not about strengthening democracy, but about weakening the trust of the people in it. The goal seems to be not to fix the flaws, but to plant suspicions, a narrative designed less for reform and more for harvesting political brownie points.
He is not LOP, leader of opposition, but leader of propaganda. Is there any more proof required that this is not Indian National Congress? It is anti-national Congress.
राहुल गांधी जी क्या देश के जनता और वोटर्स का अपमान कर रहे हैं? 30 साल के बाद नरेंद्र मोदी जी को पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार बनी। 14 में, 19 में, 19 प्रदेश में हमारी सरकारें हैं। क्या कहना चाहते हैं? सब जीते हैं जलसाजी से। राहुल गांधी जी, देश की लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया का अपमान करना बंद करिए।
As Rahul Gandhi plots to erode the credibility of constitutional bodies and processes, the game of mass mobilization that he referred to is actually on, live and kicking, for the second war. Congress is ready with its so-called bombs.
बॉम्ब की बात करिए, वो आएगा और फिर आपको बीजेपी की जो सच्चाई है उसकी सच्चाई आप सबको पता लग जाएगा।
इस प्रस्ताव के संदर्भ में राहुल जी ने कहा भी कि अगले 1 महीने में मिनी हाइड्रोजन बॉम्ब, यूरेनियम बॉम्ब, प्लूटोनियम बॉम्ब, अलग-अलग बॉम्ब फोड़ने वाले हैं।
Is that a joke? Bombing your own country? Their idea of humor? Well, I don't know. What Rahul Gandhi and his coterie do not realize is that these games of mass mobilization can have disastrous consequences. Look at what happened in Ladakh today. In arguably the worst day of violence in recent times in Ladakh, protests for statehood descended into violence, arson and street clashes, killing at least 4 people and injuring over 40, including cops. The BJP office was also set on fire. As the sun set, the Saffron Party alleged that the protest was led by a Congress councillor and a fallout of repeated instigations by the party was there for all to see.
और आप देख सकते हैं कांग्रेस के काउंसलर स्टानजिंग सेपांग, ये है कांग्रेस के काउंसलर स्टानजिंग सेपांग, ये अपर लेह वार्ड से काउंसलर हैं, ये मेन इंस्टिगेटर हैं और अपने कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ ये किस प्रकार इंस्टिगेट कर रहे हैं इसके कई फोटो सामने आए हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी का जो षड्यंत्र है, किस प्रकार से भारत तेरे टुकड़े होंगे इंशा अल्लाह, यही कांग्रेस पार्टी का मुख्य लाइन है।
The doubt seeding exercise has been a long-standing practice of Rahul Gandhi. Anything prefixed Indian and Rahul raises a finger at it. He claims to fight the Indian states, called Indian democracy a dead democracy, doubts the Indian judiciary, discredits the Indian bureaucracy and doesn't even spare the Indian forces.
We are now fighting the BJP, the RSS and the Indian state itself. The so-called defenders of democracy, which are the United States, European countries, seem to just be oblivious that a huge chunk of the democratic model has come undone.
India, Bharat, is a union of states. That is the line that is written in our constitution. India is not described as a nation. Now we have concrete 100% proof of election commission allowing cheating in a seat in Karnataka.
Completely flawed concept of merit. This notion of merit is actually itself an unfair idea.
So ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight. Who is Rahul Gandhi waging a war against this time around? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP, with me in the studios. Also joining me is Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist, Dr. Anurag Bhadoria, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Professor Anwar Pasha, national spokesperson of the RJD, Dr. Piyush Joshi, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. But my first question goes to Congress leader Ashwini Kumar Mishra. And Ashwini Kumar Mishra ji, I want to ask you, your protests, your mass mobilization are all very fair because you're in the opposition and you're challenging the government in Bihar at the center, all kosher. I want to ask you, is there a toolkit that you want to use by actually showing India down, by actually instigating arson and anarchy in the country and sending all institutions to the dustbin by giving interviews to Financial Times and saying that it's a game that you're playing? No proof, no bomb that is actually taking off, and this is a game to all of you. I want to ask you, isn't this a dangerous game you're playing?
Navika ji, good evening to all your viewers. You might have an opinion bias towards what Rahul Gandhi thinks, and it is my duty as a Congress member, as an Indian, to ensure that we communicate what is right for the country, what we think. As Vivekananda said that, arise, awake and stop not until goal is achieved. And Rahul Gandhi has taken that baton. He ensured that countries awaken to ensure that what Mahatma Gandhi did in 1947, ensured that this country runs by the law of constitution. Rahul Gandhi is ensuring that constitution is saved. Constitution is not destroyed, which is what current Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to do. They are trying to dismantle all autonomous bodies. They used to have Mahila Morcha, they used to have Yuva Morcha, now they have Election Morcha as well, where Election Commission of India is essentially working as an agent of Bharatiya Janata Party-led government. When watchdogs become lapdogs, it is essential duty of the citizens of the country to ensure that democracy is protected, and Rahul Gandhi represents half of the nation, half of the opposition, and he is the voice of the people.
Are you saying the Supreme Court of India is a lapdog?
I'm talking about.
If you have evidence, why can't you go to the courts?
We are in the court of people, Navika ma'am. जनता की अदालत सबसे बड़ी अदालत होती है डेमोक्रेसी में.
Are you saying that legal tenability है नहीं, लेकिन जनता की कोर्ट में है, and that's the best defense you have?
No, जनता की अदालत सबसे बड़ी अदालत होती है. When the issues is with respect to saving the democracy itself, we have given an ample proofs, and even if you see today, Election Commission changed their process of voter deletion. They ensure that now phone number protected Aadhaar, phone number connected Aadhaar is mandatory. So we have given a proof they are taking action, but they have been rigging the election for current government, and that itself is equal to treasons. So we need to ensure that all these autonomous bodies remain independent, and this is the people of the country. They will have to ensure
all that you say is defamatory and has no evidence as stated, because Rahul Gandhi has said that upfront. And this I'm reading from the Financial Times interview and the article that was printed there, Pradeep Bhandari. Gandhi and the Congress party did not provide evidence to show who was behind the alleged manipulation or that it was a large scale enough to affect election results. So no evidence. And Gandhi provided what he said was sample evidence from elections in Karnataka and Maharashtra. And then in the interview, they quote Rahul Gandhi as saying, we are playing the game of mass mobilization. That's the only way we have. It is going to end there because there are huge parts of this country that simply will not accept a rigged elections. Is this a game, Pradeep Bhandari?
Well, Navika ji, Rahul Gandhi is an extremely dangerous man for the Indian democracy, and his intentions are evil and sinister, and I will prove it. Please go to the last in the Financial Times news interview, and he says that we want to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system. So he wants to challenge the integrity and the foundation of the constitutional process. And Indian constitution, a basic structure doctrine is the integrity of our electoral process. So this man is challenging the constitution of India. And you spoke about toolkit. There is a toolkit. You will have a Congress sympathizing NGO who will basically be at the front, and in Ladakh it was Sonam Wangchuk, whose father has been a Congress MLA and a minister, who in the Congress government in 2005 was also the chairman and a member of the drafting committee of Ladakh Hill Council vision document for the Congress party. So you will first proceed as if it's the voice of the people. Then you will have individuals from the Congress party. This man is Stanzin Zepang, who comes with a rod and a stick, and a peaceful protest is incited, and you have people coming out on the street and creating anarchy. So the end product of this toolkit, where there is a sympathizing NGO which Rahul gives ideological direction through his Gen Z post, and Congress workers who come on the ground with sticks, is anarchy. Rahul is challenging democracy and wanting anarchy. And this is just not one instance, Navika ji. If you recall his past statements and his past intentions, he wants to challenge the unity and integrity of India by fighting the Indian state. And why do I say that? Because Gen Z has already given a democratic verdict, Navika ji, from Delhi to Punjab to Hyderabad. Now Rahul has understood that democratically also he cannot mobilize Gen Z. So the only alternative Rahul Gandhi has is to demolish the democratic system, because he's lost 90 plus elections, and also on the Gen Z part is losing elections. So this is where I say that their intentions are not political. Had it been political, we would have no problem. And in fact, politically they are doing good for us, because they are fighting among each other in Bihar. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to create a democratic deficit, and this country needs to be beware and aware. And towards the end, in 5 seconds, had Rahul's allegation had merit, Navika ji, I also ask your research team to enlighten us. Has it been in the last 11 years, even once any Supreme Court, any court of this country, High Court or Supreme Court, has given a thumbs up to Rahul Gandhi's allegation? Not even once it has happened. If he continues to do so, he wants to create anarchy and demolish the democratic system. That's not a charge, it is something that is happening.
Professor Anwar Pasha, I want to ask you, Rahul Gandhi, in the manner in which he is attacking institutions, is it adding to the credibility of the RJD and parties like yours that are in alliance with the Congress party? Because as far as the people are concerned, they can see Tejasvi Yadav. He's doing what any political leader should do, which is going and doing rallies, addressing people, trying to get public support. He had to do a separate rally without Rahul Gandhi because the one with Rahul Gandhi did not get him anywhere. I want to ask you, when he begins to play the game of mass mobilization, begins to question the integrity of constitutional bodies and the process which is even today under the Supreme Court, are you saying that you have no faith even in the judiciary of this country? Anwar Pasha, is Rahul Gandhi hurting or helping the prospects of parties like yours?
Navika ji, good evening. I think we should not be worried about our party. We are fighting this government very firmly, unitedly. India bloc is united. We are fighting unitedly. You are talking about the integrity of the constitutional institutions. Where is this integrity today? Where is the integrity of the Election Commission? Where is the integrity of the CBI? Where is the integrity of ED? How these democratic institutions or these constitutional institutions are working? They are working like agent of the government. And this is the matter to be worried for everybody. Everyone should be worried about how these institutions are being demolished, how their credibility is being demolished. So we are fighting against it. We are not fighting against a state. We are fighting against the attitude of this government, this autocratic government, this dictatorial government, who is destroying all the institutions. So this is a matter of concern for us. We are fighting against it. As far as the Bihar is concerned, we have seen the BJP is desperate because despite this attempt to take away the rights of the people from Bihar, the voting rights in Bihar through this SIR, the BJP is seeing the result. BJP is worried that how the people of Bihar are on the road, on the streets, how they are fighting, how they are mobilized during the Adhikar Yatra.
Are you saying, Pasha ji, Pasha Saab, are you saying that the SIR is taking away rights of the people and Supreme Court can't understand this? Because the Supreme Court has not stayed. The Supreme Court has not stayed the SIR, effort completely. Some changes have been made, which have been implemented, but the Supreme Court said it's a kosher process. Are you now doubting the Supreme Court? Is this the anarchy that Rahul Gandhi and you have hatched together?
I'm doubting the intention of this government and the intention of the...
I'm asking you about the Supreme Court, sir. The matter is in Supreme Court.
But Supreme Court also said that they will abolish the entire SIR if they find discrepancies.
But so far...
But they said on the final verdict, they will abolish the entire exercise if they find the discrepancies. So Supreme Court is taking a note of it. Supreme Court believes that there are discrepancies, there are...
Both of you are alleging that we have demolished all the institutions. Are you saying that Supreme Court is demolished? Just answer. Are you saying that the Supreme Court of India is demolished? Is the Congress saying that the Supreme Court of India is demolished and the RJD saying that the Supreme Court of India is demolished? No, are you saying that, Mr. Pasha?
Why Supreme Court forced you to accept it?
Mr. Pasha,
why Supreme Court forced you to accept it?
Have a sip of water and then relax. You allege that we have demolished all the institutions. Are you alleging that the Supreme Court of India is demolished? Are you saying that the Supreme Court of India is demolished and you have no faith in the Supreme Court of India? If that is true, you and Tejasvi Yadav are not on the same page.
Supreme Court of India
I don't get it. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding what the argument is all about. While they have faith in the Supreme Court, Anand Ranganathan, the Supreme Court hasn't stayed the SIR process, and they are saying Supreme Court mein faith hai, lekin the entire process is all completely rigged. I'm not getting it, number one. Number two, the government sources are now telling us that there was a date for talks that had been set even in Ladakh, and it was October 6th. Yet, arson was created. The protest originally by Sonam Wangchuk, even he is saying that, the sanctity of the protest has been taken away by the arson and the violence that took place, and it's not him and his people doing that. Then who's instigating this? Is this once again back to the drawing board with the tukde mindset? Because that's the indication that comes from Rahul Gandhi's interview to the Financial Times.
And Navika, good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. Look, the first of the 1,000 Nepals that have been planned to erupt on India's streets has sprung up today. But one of 1,000, 999 Nepals are still left. Look, आज मैंने आपके प्राइमर में ये सुना कि कांग्रेस के लोग कह रहे हैं कि ये आजादी की दूसरी लड़ाई में कांग्रेस भाग लेने वाली है। अरे भाई, आजादी की पहली लड़ाई में कौन सा भाग लिया था इन्होंने? This Congress is not the Congress of freedom struggle. Do we go by facts or do we go by propaganda? The real Congress of the freedom struggle. Yeah,
what about your RSS? What was the role of your RSS?
Navika,
you talk about the role of the RSS in freedom struggle.
Professor Saab, Anand Ranganathan did not interrupt you. Provide him the courtesy of listening to him. I'll give you time to count.
I'm listening.
Thank you.
हाँ पाशा साहब, घर पे आपको बोलने का मौका नहीं मिलता, यहाँ पे इसका मतलब ना चिल्लाएं, सुन ले मेरी बात। I've been listening to you. आपकी मैंने सारी फेक न्यूज सुनी।
The role of the Congress and our role in freedom struggle, you must talk about the role of RSS. I was just reminding you. आपके रिमाइंडिंग की जरूरत।
RSS तो नहीं था, कांग्रेस था ना, कांग्रेस की बात सुन ले आनंद।
RSS नाविका, देखिए ये प्रॉब्लम होती है कि अरे भाई नाविका, इनको मेरा टाइम दे दीजिए, मैं 20 मिनट बाद आया हूं, मेरे पास 3 मिनट मिलते हैं। इनको घर
प्रोफेसर अनवर पाशा, आनंद रंगनाथन has taken a dig at you कि आपको घर में बोलने नहीं दिया जाता, उन्हें भी बोलने नहीं दिया जाता। वो भी यहाँ इसीलिए आते हैं कि उन्हें बोलने का मौका मिले, तो उन्हें बोल लेने दीजिए, नहीं तो दिल की बात दिल में रह जाएगी। अनवर पाशा साहब, मेरी गुजारिश है आपसे।
अपना एक्सपीरियंस बता रहे थे।
ठीक, हाँ, वो हर आदमी अपने एक्सपीरियंस से ही बात करता है सर।
हम सब पंजाबियों से घिरे पड़े हैं, कोई नहीं बोल सकता। पाशा साहब, आई हैव सिंपैथीज विद यू, आप सुन लीजिए प्लीज 2 मिनट।
ओके, ऑल अदर फेडर्स डाउन।
थैंक यू नाविका। दिस कांग्रेस इज नॉट द कांग्रेस ऑफ फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल। द रियल कांग्रेस ऑफ फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल, INC, एक्चुअली एक्सपेल्ड इंदिरा गांधी in 1969. That was the real INC of freedom struggle. Indira Gandhi formed Congress R. Now I want to ask Ashwini ji, इनको पता भी होगा R का स्टैंड क्या होता है? R was requisitionist. The emergency was declared by Congress R. In 1978, Congress R, metamorphosized. For 10 years, Congress J was the real INC. It was only in the 1990s that the Election Commission said Congress I can be the INC. This is not the Congress of freedom struggle. This is the Congress of emergency. तो ये कहना बंद करो कि हम आजादी की लड़ाई लड़ी, आपने कोई आजादी की लड़ाई नहीं लड़ी है। पहली बात, there exists right now 38 Congresses. कांग्रेस I, O, M, J, I, पता नहीं क्या क्या, इवन यूरेनियम स्प्लिट्स लेस। तो पहले थोड़ा सीख लें। अश्विनी जी को पता नहीं है, आई डोंट माइंड इट, लेकिन ये तो प्रोफेसर पाशा ही तो बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं, इनको खुद नहीं पता। नंबर 2, जो ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की बात करते रहते हैं कि हमने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को बचाना है, आप ये मुझे बता दीजिए कि सबसे ज्यादा अमेंडमेंट किसने करी है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में? 108 अमेंडमेंट तो कांग्रेस ने करी, इंक्लूडिंग द 2 मोस्ट इनफेमस अमेंडमेंट ड्यूरिंग द इमरजेंसी। ये बचाएंगे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को? और नंबर तीसरी बात, विच इज द मोस्ट एग्रीजियस, इसमें मैं पाशा साहब को ही लाना चाहता हूं, अगर ये रेटरिक पे ना जाए, मैं इनसे सीधा सवाल पूछ रहा हूं, मेरा टाइम ले लीजिए। इन्होंने कहा द इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैव बीन डिस्ट्रॉयड। पाशा साहब, इट्स अ स्ट्रेट क्वेश्चन टू यू, एक आपके दोस्त से आपको, नेम 3 इंस्टीट्यूशंस that have been destroyed post 2014 that were working efficiently before 2014. Name 3 institutions.
Okay.
नाम बताइए 3।
प्रोफेसर साहब, प्रोफेसर अनवर पाशा
बोलिए।
Election Commission, ED, CBI.
अच्छा,
all these institutions are demolished, destroyed.
अच्छा।
The credibility of all these institutions are at stake.
हाँ सुनिए, अब सुन लीजिए, प्लीज सुन लीजिए। ईडी और सीबीआई के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या कहा था जब कांग्रेस के अंडर थे? तोता। शायद तब पाशा साहब कांग्रेस में होंगे, अब दल बदल लिए तो हो सकता है
आपके बारे में भी कहा था।
अच्छा सुन लीजिए, सुन लीजिए
आपकी पार्टी के बारे में भी, सरकार के बारे
यानी कि पहले तो ठीक नहीं था ना, अब ठीक नहीं है, बोलना सही नहीं। आपको बोलना चाहिए था कि 2014 के पहले भी यही हाल था। कम से कम इतना सच तो बोल ही सकते हैं।
देश का
कांस्टेंट इंटरप्शन,
ओके। एंड ऑन इलेक्शन कमीशन, आनंद, एंड ऑन इलेक्शन कमीशन व्हाट्स योर पॉइंट?
देखिए, ईडी और सीबीआई पे तो एक्सपोज कर दिया प्रोफेसर साहब। अब ये कह रहे हैं कि इलेक्शन कमीशन वाज वर्किंग वेरी वेल बिफोर 2014। अरे द चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर रोट एन एफिडेविट, 80-पेज एफिडेविट टू द प्रेसिडेंट। नाविका, आई कांट कंटिन्यू लाइक दिस। देखिए, अब अगर आपको ऐसे डिबेट में देखिए नाविका, दिस इज वेरी अनफेयर। रैपिड फायर में भी मैं बोलूं।
ओके, बोलो।
थैंक यू, आई बेग ऑफ यू, थोड़ा जान। देखिए, चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर ने प्रेसिडेंट को लिखा कि जो हमारा मिस्टर चावला है, द लेट मिस्टर चावला, ये स्पाई कर रहे हैं सोनिया गांधी के लिए। ये टॉयलेट ब्रेक के बहाने जाते हैं और हमारी कॉन्फिडेंशियल मीटिंग करते हैं, इनको सैक करो। और प्रेसिडेंट ने क्या कहा तब? उनको 2009 इलेक्शन से पहले चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर बना दिया। जिनको शाह कमीशन ने कहा था इनके क्राइम्स हुए हैं, इनको जेल में डालो, ही इज नॉट फिट टू होल्ड अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पोजीशन। प्रोफेसर पाशा साहब कह रहे हैं।
So actually, and you know, this is almost nostalgia for me, because when Times Now was launched in 2005, the first story that I did was on election commissioner Naveen Chawla taking funds from MP lads, of members of parliament, and being an election commission for his, ये very launch of Times Now 20 years ago. This was the first story that yours truly did here to launch her television career. आप बता रहे हैं कि इलेक्शन कमीशन कितना दुरुस्त था। मुझे माफ कर दीजिए, आप पार्टी में थे या नहीं मुझे नहीं पता, पर ये स्टोरी, आई हैव डन इट and I have gone to those NGOs, literally investigating that entire trail for 3 months. But Piyush Joshi raising his hand. Piyush Joshi, what are we talking about? Anarchy as a form of protest, just to sow the seeds of suspicion in the janta so that elections can be won, or at least Modi should lose. Is that really the blueprint?
Look, whenever you're talking about violent protests, these are unacceptable. They should never happen. Aam Aadmi Party has made the stance very clear that these violent protests have no stand in democratic India. However, when we are talking about the Bihar election model, the SIR or the Bihar operations of election commission, we have our own doubts, and let me explain why. The BJP spokesperson has been talking about, and you also mentioned in your remarks that the election commissioner said that Rahul Gandhi did not provide any proof. So that's fine. If Rahul Gandhi did not provide any proof, you are okay to say that. But what about Aam Aadmi Party's proof? What about Aam Aadmi Party's list of BLAs and BLOs? Aam Aadmi Party did submit affidavits in Delhi elections. What has the election commission done about that? Number one. If in Congress's times the institutions were compromised, so that doesn't give you right to compromise the institutions during your reign as well. Now let me explain why. If the things are so hunky-dory with election commission, why was the election commission act of 2023 passed? Why was the CJI, Prime Minister Modi and the Home Minister probably do not believe in the Chief Justice of India? Because
पीयूष जोशी जी, ये थोड़ा सा घिसा हुआ रिकॉर्ड है। We've debated this issue.
घिसा हुआ रिकॉर्ड है मैडम। आप मुझे एक चीज बता दीजिए, सीजीआई को क्यों हटाया, रीजन बता दें। यदि चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया
पहले तो कोई कमेटी भी नहीं थी, प्राइम मिनिस्टर के ऑर्डर से आता था, तब आपको दिक्कत नहीं थी, आप अलायंस में जफिया मार रहे थे। आज आपको इस बात पर दिक्कत है। बट प्रदीप भंडारी, प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड।
नविका जी, ये 100 बार हम इसका रिस्पॉन्ड कर चुके हैं, पर ये भूल गए जब इन्होंने कांग्रेस के साथ में अलायंस किया था, उस समय के अंदर जब, सुनिए मेरी बात, जब आपने कांग्रेस के साथ में अलायंस किया था, कांग्रेस को इतनी गाली बककर जब केजरीवाल जी से नमस्ते करे थे सोनिया गांधी जी की तरफ में, तब प्रभु इलेक्शन कमिश्नर को सिर्फ और सिर्फ सरकार अपॉइंट करा करती थी। सोनिया गांधी जी ने नवीन चावला जैसे व्यक्ति को अपॉइंट किया था। 70 सालों तक कोई कमेटी नहीं थी। सुनो, ये सीजीआई के बाद में आप गए थे कोर्ट में, कोर्ट ने जो हमने अमेंडमेंट लेके आया था उसको सही साबित किया था। ये पता है कि नहीं पता है आपको? पता है? नहीं पता है?
क्या करना है? अब आप जवाब दोगे आपका कि
अरे आपको मैं कह रहा हूं, कोर्ट में विश्वास नहीं रखते क्या पीयूष जी? कोर्ट में विश्वास रखते हो?
आप
कोर्ट में विश्वास रखते हो, सुप्रीम कोर्ट गलत है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट गलत है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट गलत है, अब बता ही नहीं रहे
यार साहब। मैं बहरा नहीं हूं, मेरे को एक बात में बात समझ
तो बोलो ना, आप इधर उधर की बातें कर रहे हो।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रवक्ताओं जैसा नहीं हूं जिनको सीधे सीधे प्रश्न।
अरे भैया हमारे जैसे होते ना तो सरकार के अंदर बैठे रहते, आपके जैसे तो आप शीशमहल वाले हो।
चिंता नहीं करो ना,
ना आप शीशमहल में बैठे हो, शीशमहल में बैठे रहो। दिल्ली के शीशमहल से तो बाहर निकल गए, पंजाब का शीशमहल बचा हुआ है, ठीक है।
चलो अब जवाब दे दूं आपको, यदि आप सुनने
के लिए प्लीज गो अहेड,
बहुत सिंपल सा है, ठीक है ना। सरकार की बात है, when he is talking about the government, that is the process under question, right? And that is the process which should be evaluated. That is what we are talking about. And when Mr. Bhandari says कि सरकार में बैठे होते हैं तो एक चीज साफ सुन लीजिए, रामचंद्र कह गए सिया से ऐसा कलयुग आएगा, हंस चुगेगा दाना दुमदा कौवा मोती खाएगा। We should be talking about how to reduce maternal mortality rate of Bihar. We should be talking about
भैया आपके नोटा के नीचे वोट आए, आपके पंजाब के अंदर पहले किसानों को मुआवजा दे दो, ज्ञान मत बांटो यहाँ पे बैठ के। नोटा को आपको ज्यादा वोट आए, पूरे पंजाब पूरे बिहार के अंदर घूमे थे अरविंद केजरीवाल, नोटा के नीचे वोट है, हमको मत बताइए। बिहार के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा हमने काम किया है, आप जाके जरा अपना अलायंस देखो, और पंजाब में वो जो बड़े बड़े 400 करोड़ जहाजों में घूम रहे हो।
अलायंस है नहीं बिहार में, दे आर आउट ऑफ द अलायंस।
अगर किसी नोटा वाली पार्टी
the issue is not diverting the issue is not that, and Piyush Joshi ji, I must thank you for diverting and derailing the entire debate, but I want to come back to Anurag Bhadoria ji. Anurag Bhadoria ji, क्या default setting for any kind of opposition to the ruling government, is the default setting going to be violence, anarchy and हाइड्रोजन बॉम्ब? आ जाएगा कल यूरेनियम बॉम्ब, परसों प्लूटोनियम बॉम्ब, मुझे तो पता भी नहीं किस किस टाइप के बॉम्ब जयराम रमेश जी बात कर रहे थे। लेकिन ये होगा इस देश में कि इस देश की सबसे बड़ी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी अब बॉम्ब पर बॉम्ब डालने की बात करेगी अपने ही देश में, और जब पूछा जाए, और फाइनेंशियल टाइम जिन्हें इंटरव्यू दे रहे हैं वो पूछ रहे हैं एविडेंस क्या है, एविडेंस तो भैया है नहीं, लेकिन गेम खेल रहे हैं मास मोबिलाइजेशन का। Is this the way elections will be fought? Is this the way democracy will be saved?
नाविका जी, सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको बधाई देता हूं कि 2005 में आपने एक बहादुरी से पत्रकारिता निभाया और नवीन चावला की स्टोरी की, जैसा आपने अभी बताया। लेकिन आज आपकी बहादुरी कहां चली गई, वो कि आप किसी इलेक्शन कमीशन पे रिपोर्ट नहीं कर पा रही हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं कुछ तो लोकतंत्र में कहीं ना कहीं कुछ तो कमी आई है ना। पहले लोकतंत्र कितना मजबूत था, पत्रकारिता कितनी मजबूत थी। आपने डंके की चोट पे बोला कि पहला शो मैंने नवीन चावला जो इलेक्शन कमीशन के थे उनके लिए किया था, लेकिन आज आप नहीं कह पाएंगे कि हमने पहला शो किसी भी इलेक्शन कमीशन के ऊपर में किया 2014 के बाद। एक बात। दूसरी बात, देखिए विपक्ष का नेता थोड़ा मुस्कुराएगा भी ना तो खबर क्या बनती। देखिए विपक्ष का नेता मुस्कुरा रहा है, देश में महंगाई बेरोजगारी बढ़ी है, विपक्ष का नेता हंस रहा है। विपक्ष का नेता अगर
चैनल देखते हैं
चला जाएगा
जहां ये खबरें चलती हैं, कौन सा चैनल है, अपनी चॉइस सही करिए।
आपने बोलने ही नहीं देते हैं। अरे आप मुझे बोलने ही नहीं दे रहे। आप रुकिए तो सही, मुझे बात हो जाए फिर आप टोक दीजिएगा। आप परेशान क्यों हो गए? देखिए विपक्ष का नेता दुखी है। इस देश के अंदर में क्या दुखी होना चाहिए? क्या दुखी होने वाला देश है? क्या इस तरह की घटनाएं होनी चाहिए? कमाल की बात करते हैं आप लोग भी। इसमें इस देश को क्या हो गया मुझे समझ में नहीं आती। रैली निकालेगा कोई, बताइए रैली निकाल रहे हैं, मीटिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं। अगर विपक्ष का नेता मीटिंग करेगा, बताइए मीटिंग कर रहे हैं, रैली नहीं निकाल रहे हैं। ये क्या हो रहा है देश के अंदर में? अरे प्रभु, मैं तो आपसे इतना ही कहता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी वालों से, अरे आप तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो। आपने देश की महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, किसान, महिला समस्या, युवा परेशान है, सबको मुसीबत में डाल रखा है। उनके बारे में
अगर आप बेरोजगार हो,
विपक्ष का नेता सोता है कि नहीं,
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऑफिस को जला दिया गया लद्दाख में। ये नहीं बोल रहे लोकतंत्र के प्रहरी अनुराग भदौरिया, कांग्रेस पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऑफिस को लद्दाख में जला दिया है। ये असली एनआरसी होती है, इसके खिलाफ नहीं बोल पाओगे।
इतनी बेरोजगारी
चाहते हो,
आपको ये चाहते हो, बाढ़ से लोग परेशान हैं,
ड्रामा मत करिए, ये बताओ ये चाहते हो।
चाहिए पहाड़ किस
आज ऑफिस इन लद्दाख हैज बीन सेट ऑन फायर बाय द कांग्रेस वर्कर्स, इंस्टिगेटेड बाय राहुल गांधी। दिस इज व्हाट राहुल वांट्स एज मॉडल ऑफ एनआरकी।
होना चाहिए बेरोजगारी डेमोक्रेटिक युवा जाए तो जाएगा।
महंगाई से फाइट इंडियन स्टेट, ही वांट्स टू फाइट द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, ही वांट्स टू फाइट द इंडियन आर्मी, He wants to fight everything which
विपक्ष
is
का
Indian.
नेता ने क्या पहना है, विपक्ष का नेता ने क्या खाया है,
क्या हो गया
विपक्ष
भाई,
का
इतने
नेता
समय
क्या
बाद
कर
टीवी
रहा
पे आए
है,
तो क्या
विपक्ष के नेता के
तबीयत
बारे में
ठीक है कि नहीं है इनको,
आपको
क्या हो गया?
जनता ने नहीं चुना था,
क्या हो गया इनको?
चुना था, आप आएंगे,
अनुराग
जनता की
भदौरिया
सेवा
जी,
करेंगे।
अनुराग भदौरिया जी थोड़ा आप ज्यादा
Overacting करने बोल तो extra मिल जाएंगे।
इंपॉर्टेंस दे रहे हैं, आप हंस रहे हैं, रो रहे हैं, ये हमें खुद ही पता चल जाता है। आप रोज बता देते हैं, nothing is left to the imagination. We don't need to cover all of this because आप रोज बता ही देते हैं, कोई पूछे या ना पूछे तो हम इस पर स्टोरी बनाने लगे। अनुराग भदौरिया जी, अभी ऐसे दिन तो नहीं आए हमारे, लेकिन आनंद रंगनाथन, I want to ask you, are they actually trivializing the entire debate in order to take away the onus from provision of evidence, to take away the onus from believing in constitutional bodies? Even if it is the election commission and they have a lack of faith in the election commission, there is a Supreme Court in this country. Are they now decrying that even the Supreme Court is not functioning? And this game of mass mobilization only to create suspicion, is this an above board game, or is this the beginning of the Gen Z protests that Rahul Gandhi indicated about, the demo of which we've seen in Ladakh today?
So, Navika, 31 minutes into the debate, you have actually said what should have been said in the first minute. That would have quietened and maybe led the four of my fellow panelists into a reasonable arguments-based debate. Let me finish what I need to say in 30 seconds. 2 points. महंगाई बढ़ गई है, बेरोजगारी बढ़ गई है. आपको पता है कि महंगाई अभी 20 साल में लोएस्ट है. अगर आप एक पॉइंट जो है डेटा पॉइंट 2017 का 1.53% इन्फ्लेशन को हटा दें, अभी महंगाई जो है ऐसा पहली बार हुआ है 17-18 सालों में. सॉरी, मैं वो गाना बोल गया, लेकिन ऐसा हुआ ही नहीं है. महंगाई की क्या बात कर रहे हैं ये? और दूसरा, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं. अनुराग जी हंस रहे हैं. मैं इनसे पूछना चाहता हूं कि आरबीआई की कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली मैंडेटेड क्लेम्स रिपोर्ट जो कि यूपीए की सरकार ने शुरू करी थी, उसने ये कहा, जो डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह उसको हमेशा कोट करते आए थे 2014 तक, उसने कहा है कि पिछले साल 46 मिलियन जॉब्स क्रिएट हुए हैं यूपीए की क्लेम्स रिपोर्ट में. अब ये कह रहे हैं कि अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट भी बहुत हाई है और इन्फ्लेशन भी बहुत आई है.
नविका जी,
अनुराग जी देखिए,
नविका जी, I have a very serious point to make here.
No, my point here is, अनुराग भदौरिया जी आपको मुस्कुराते हुए कहां नजर आए मुझे पता नहीं. आनंद रंगनाथन वो आग बबूला हैं और नॉन स्टॉप बोल रहे हैं. लेकिन I just want to ask you, yes, there are problems in this country. Who said 100% everything is solved? But is the toolkit of Tukde Tukde the solution?
Navika ji, what has happened in Ladakh is a trailer. Please note, they have also set on fire CRPF vehicles. The Congress workers, this is not about theory, Anurag Bhadoria. He is a Congress worker, Navika ji. He is a Congress councillor who just a week after Rahul Gandhi's Gen Z tweet, when Rahul in the past has said that he wants to fight the Indian state, is it just a mere coincidence that the Congress
workers... Is it a coincidence, Ashwini?
And only attack the BJP office.
No. And when he says this is a game of mass mobilization, even though we don't have evidence, what does it mean?
Navika, allow me 30 seconds. First, you talked about basic structure. The basic structure of the constitution allow the criticism and accountability of every institution.
But burning and violence,
no. 1 minute, Navika ji, I listened. I'll answer all the questions. Accountability of every institution. गीता में लिखा है भगवान की भी accountability होती है. तो election commission की बात मत करिए आप. Let me answer your question. Now you talked about onus of proving. The job of opposition is to raise the question which is of public interest, and it is the government
is setting
government onus to prove the public interest.
Well, now fantastic. Now it is the official stand of the Congress party that they will raise questions, they will create conspiracies, they will create suspicion. It is not their job. It is not their job. You may not want to say it. Financial Times interview, Rahul Gandhi has said it, that evidence is not his business. He has to play the game of mass mobilization. It's as clear as daylight. It's a game. It's an opposition game. Rahul Gandhi is leading it. But are other political parties in the opposition really gaining from this game? Or will they be the losers? Will this actually be a kosher game in democracy to look down upon your country by calling for help from foreign countries? Is that really in the interest of this country? Or is this tukre mindset that is replaying? I don't know. You are the people of India. You are the public who knows everything. You decide. I'm only a journalist. I'm raising these questions. It is for the people of India to decide which side are they on. Because to me, this seems like a dangerous game if not checked soon enough, if not played with responsibility and accountability. And I will just leave it at that. The country's democracy is just too precious for 140 crore people. A few political parties cannot make this into a game for themselves. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.